What's going on, y'all? WWA Student here, Mark Nunnally, and today we're going to be doing a little 8-inch 2G TIG out. Stay tuned. Alright, so today we got this 8-inch pipe, we got it tacked up. I got my black mamba with me. We're going to TIG this thing all the way out, so stay tuned. I'm going to get this root put in. Alright, so for this root right here, I'm just going to lay wire this thing. Nothing too difficult. I'm just going to put my cup up here, wiggle all the way around on top of that wire. Don't want to go wider than the wire because the crown won't, it'll flush it out. But just like that. So I'm actually going to grind my start right here where I just stopped. I'm going to grind that down a little bit, make it a little easier on myself. It makes the tie-in a lot smoother and easier when you grind your stops and your starts, and it keeps it all from being humped up too, so your welds will be nice and flat all the way around the pipe. See if I can get around this last quarter, or this second quarter. So I got a little keyhole right here, I blew through it, so I'm just going to take my bigger wire, 532, see if I can fill that keyhole in. And I'm just going to keep on running too until I get to my tack. I'm going to pull this wire out and just heat it up a little bit, wiggle that torch and just yank it out of there. I like to leave my gas on for about 15 seconds after I've stopped welding. It cools that tungsten down and it cools your weld down. It won't blacken your tungsten. Now I'm going to switch back to 1/8" wire because my gap's a little smaller, so I don't really need a 532 wire. My gap's kind of closed up on this side, so I'm just going to take this 1/8" wire and fill it in. But I always like to clip off the end of my wire when I'm done welding. It just gives you a clean weld. It's always better. See if I can get this filled in. My fit's a little funky here, so it's kind of whooping my butt, but we'll see if we can get it. There we go. Still using the same technique, just to wiggle right over top of that wire. Now that I showed you guys how to run my route or the way that I do it, I'm going to finish this out and then I'll show you what it looks like. So I just got my root pass put in. Right now I'm switching my cups out to a bigger size cup so I can run that hot pass and get it nice and filled in and flushed out. I had a little bit of high-low in this pipe right here, so I could have fit that up a little bit better and the root would have went in a little bit better, but overall, I don't think it went in bad. I think it went pretty well. You can kind of see my tacks. I didn't tie my tacks as much as I wanted to, but I mean, they're there. They don't look too bad. My high-low kind of messed me up a little bit. Your fit up is everything when welding. Perfect fit up, perfect weld. Not perfect fit up, not a perfect weld. So I got my root pass put in. I got some 1/8" fill wire and some 532 fill wire. I'm probably gonna use the 532 for this hot pass. And I also switched out to a gas lens with a bigger cup, a number 10 cup, so I can spread this out a little bit more and fill it up nice. Technique-wise, I'm going to use the same technique I did with the root pass. Just wiggle right over top of this wire. My root pass went in at about 100 amps. I'm going to crank it up to about 110 to run this hot pass with a bigger cup, number 10, and a bigger wire too. And I'm just going to use the same technique, just laying this wire right in this groove right here and just wiggle right over top of that wire. So I'm actually going to crank it up a little bit more because it's not running as hot as I would like it to. So 60 on the remote, I'm running about 120 amps now. Just the same pass, the same technique as that root pass. I'm just wiggling right over this wire. I'm not even walking the cup, I'm just wiggling it. It's going in there pretty nice. You're going to kind of hold the top edge and bounce down to the bottom. Hold the top edge and bounce back down to the bottom. So I just got this hot pass put in. I'm trying to fill this thing out now. I'm still using the same technique, just wiggling right over top my wire. I'm still going to use a 532 wire like I did on my hot pass and a number 10 cup with a long tungsten stick out. And might switch to an 1/8" when I get to my cap, but for right now, I'm just going to do this. Let's get it. I'm still leaving my wire kind of towards the top end of that bevel so it doesn't fall down on the bottom of me. And I'm still just wiggling right over top of this wire. I'm not even really walking the cup. My cup is just sliding inside of this bevel right here. We like to just call it the wiggle pause. Sometimes I'll pause, sometimes I won't. If I'm running hot enough, I might not pause. Now that I've gone over my technique on how I do my fill pass, I'll get back to y'all when I get it filled out. Right on. All right, so now we got most of this fill pass done. I got a little bit left I got to fill out, and then we're going to move on to the cap. Alright, so I got my fill pass put in. I'm pretty flush. Some places I'm over flush, which isn't such a bad thing. But that's what you're looking for, is to flush that weld out before you go and cap it. Right here, I'm probably going to 2-bead cap this as well. What I don't like about it, I'm going to bring up my fit again. Once again, my fit wasn't perfect. I had a little bit of high-low, so it gives me, I'm not flushed out in all parts of the pipe, but that's my fault on fitting this pipe up. I should have fitted up better. Before we go any further, we'd like to thank today's sponsor of this video, Weld USA. Weld USA, where you can get all the Blue Collar Revolution gear and tools to get the job done. Alright guys, so I'm going to let this pipe cool down, let my torch rig cool down, and I'm going to take a 30-minute break, eat some lunch, and we'll see you after that. Alright y'all, we're back from lunch. Let this thing cool down. I'm about to cap it out. I'm going to walk the cup right over this wire, put a 2-bead cap on it. Let's get it. Alright y'all, so I got this last cap put on. It's a little low in some spots, but I don't think it's bad for my first one, you know. So all I did was walk the cup right over that wire, 2-bead capped it. I think it went pretty smooth, all in all. I'm gonna go grab my instructor Danny and see what he thinks so.
So have you ever noticed how when you pop off of it,
oh yeah,
if you pop off that tack, and sometimes there's a little bug hole on that tack.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you don't run through that tack, when I go to that tack on that video, remember you were saying, did you remember when Tyler said back up?
Yeah.
So when you come to a tack, you hit it, run wire to it, and then back up a 1/4 inch and run through it again, just like you're putting over it.
Okay.
So it's like, I always call it making your bed.
Yeah.
Put your sheet on it, and then you smooth the wrinkles out of it.
Okay.
It's good, but we're gonna do another one.
Yes sir.
Very
Thank
nice.
you Danny.
Good job.
Thank you.
Make me proud every day.
Alright y'all, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified every time we upload new videos. Comment down below, and until next time, we'll see you on that next weld all, son.